I did. I watched the Ultimate Gamer when it was, yeah, when it was brand new, because I had to watch Justin on there, and I had to root for Justin because he literally was living with me at the time, and um he like he was like, there's gonna be a driving segment. So before he actually went to the show, I actually took him like Papa Chen basically to a parking lot and basically tried to teach Justin how to drive. So I was actually trying to teach him how to drive. Unfortunately, they threw in the extra gimmick where you could only see the car from the top view, so that actually messed it up a little bit. Yeah, but I watched that whole thing live. Um Justin and Faye, I think, were the only two that I knew before the show. So they're the only two that I knew before the show. I don't think I knew any of the other people. I mean, I heard of some of them, but I didn't know them, right? Like, I think what's her name? Rachel Seltzer? Like, I definitely had heard of her before and stuff, so. Okay, short summary, corner carry, privilege throw loop, and throw dash, then shimmy. Oh, right, yeah, okay, okay. Not a lot of characters can do that, actually. Most people who throw and then dash are minus, which is why it was wild that Akuma's like plus like 76 or something like that after he does that, dude. It's crazy. Oh, I knew Cat Gun as well. That's why I forgot she was on that show. I forgot she was on that show. Was she in the same season? I can't remember now. For some reason, I didn't think she was in the same season. Um, did she win? God, that's right. She did. Oh, God, I totally remember that now. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that now. Who did she fight at the end again? Who was she going up against at the end? Oh, man. God, that was a long time ago, dude. That was a long time ago. Yes, okay. I don't remember that at all. Okay. Anyways, so one of the reasons why Justin moved out to the West Coast, I talked about this a little bit last week. I mean, sorry, 2 weeks ago when we were talking about MVC, the MVC collection and stuff like that. But you know, he moved out to gain more opportunities. One of the opportunities was to get on WCG Gamer. He really wanted to get on that because it was just going to be good exposure, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, a lot of the people who were on that show did go on to have pretty good, either esports or, video game types of careers afterwards. Like, I know Rachel was a very successful host. I mean, Faye Mata is now freaking in Street Fighter 6 as the voice of Aki, right? Justin Wong, he's kind of important and big. But, a bunch of the guys, like, I know some of them went on to work at Riot, and there's a lot of good opportunities for them. So, yeah, he moved out and did a bunch of that stuff. And yeah, so he was living with me at the time. And for that podcast, I like how his title is West Coast Got Washed by East Coast in Street Fighter 4. It is true. It is true. But one of the stories we talked about was after Justin came home and he put up the picture. He had a picture of let's see, where's my Google Drive here? So what they all did was but yeah, so what happened was one of the competitions, one of the trials that they had to do was a driving trial where they blacked out the window and they put a camera on the top of the car, so you had to drive it like a video game car. Now you had to stay within the lines, you know, but they also put a bunch of standees of all the participants looking scared, like, ah, like this on the track. So you had to like try to avoid them. I can't remember, like, if you hit them, like, you got extra, like, they got points, or I don't remember what the exact ruling was, but, you know, they had those standees, and so, yeah, Justin brought his standee home with him when he finished WCG Gamer. Keep in mind, they were there for weeks, right? They were there for quite some time, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly how long. But he was there for quite some time, and he finally came home. I was not awake when he came home. He either got home really late or got home really early. But his room is underground off of my garage. But I guess what he decided to do was just come into my house and store his standee in my home, in my entryway. And so the next morning when I woke up to go to work, I was like, okay, yeah, all right, let's actually, let's get to work over here. I open the door, and this is what I see. Like, this is what I see as soon as I come out of my door. Like, literally Justin standing there, and it's like life size, right? So that's like how tall he is. And I see this here, and I'm like, oh, like, it scared the living crap out of me. I was just like, why are you standing there like this, Justin? Like, why are you just hanging out in the entryway of my home? And then I was like, wait a second. What happened to Justin? He became flat and 2D. And then I was like, okay, wait. Because that was the second thing that freaked me out. I was like, what happened? He got turned 2D. And I was like, what's that? And I was like, hang on a second. Something's not adding up here. But keep in mind, this is early in the morning, so my brain is already not functioning exactly the way it should be. And so I was like, oh my God, it's the freaking standee. Like, Justin put the standee up there, and it scared the living crap out of me, dude. Oh my God. Dude, like, I can't even tell you, like, when I saw him standing there. I saw him standing there. Like, seriously? Like, the shock and absolute jump scare and just, like, freaked out. Because it really wasn't that much time. It was like, what the hell, Justin? Why are you standing? How did you turn 2D? Wait. And so, like, literally in that span of, like, 3 seconds, like, the amount of freaked out I was, first from him being there, and second from suddenly now, for some reason, he's been turned 2D, like, actually scared the crap out of me. And, yeah, oh God, like, that was probably one of the most, like, in my history, like, the amount of, like, absolute terror and shock, like, that was one of the highest levels of, like, absolute terror and shock, because everything was just so weird, because he was just standing there, he wasn't moving, and then I found out he got turned 2D, and, like, the whole thing just, like, oh my God, it was, like, one of the craziest, creepiest things ever.
It was Tuesday.